Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the Brotel. Here's the grand hero review for Lloyd White Wolf. I'm going to review his default kit first and then I'll jump into two builds afterwards. Lloyd's 5-star stats are 41 HP, 32 attack, 35 speed, 20 defense, and 30 resistance. Right off the bat, you guys can see that he has above average speed and resistance. For a red sword unit, base attack at 32 is respectable. He's got the same base attack as Xander actually. Lloyd wins the award of having not only the worst art in the game, but he has the worst base defense among all these sword units. I think his stats are great. Right now we don't have many sword infantry units that specialize in resistance with remarkable offensive stats. Lloyd is basically a better version of Fur. His legendary weapon is Regal Blade. It has 16 might and grants Lloyd 2 attack and speed during combat if the foe is at 100% HP at the start of battle. So the stats he gains will push him to 50 attack and 37 speed. More speed is always nice. The effect condition isn't hard to meet. It's basically like the polar opposite of Silica's weapon Ragnarok. Regal Blade is a splendid weapon that combos well with something like Desperation. Lloyd, as I mentioned, has really bad defense, so in a sense he's a glass cannon unit when fighting physical melee enemies. And Regal Blade's effect with Desperation will allow Lloyd to hopefully 2-hit the enemy before he gets harmed. Iceberg is a special, perfect special for him. 30 resistance will earn him 15 extra damage on activation. Here comes the problem. His A skill is Pass. Worthless skill. It was going all good until this point. I would recommend not leveling up this skill at all if you are training Lloyd. That way it will save you some SP to use on better skills. Threat and attack is a C skill. Great skill, especially for Lloyd since he has low defense. Any damage reduction he can get is always a plus. Lloyd is a pretty decent hero, stats aren't bad. The concern is his skill set. He's essentially missing an A and B skill, and those two slots contain the most powerful skills in the game. So it's really important to buff Lloyd up with some skill inheritance. In terms of GHB rankings for sword units, I would still put him behind Xander and Zephiel, but ahead of Navarre. So for Lloyd's budget build, we give him Reciprocal Aid, Fury, and replace Pass with Desperation because Pass sucks ass. This set is all about trying to two-shot enemies, and if Lloyd fails to do so, the defensive stats from Fury will also help him out in that regard. If Lloyd would have had 1 less HP, then he could have been a candidate for Ardent Sacrifice, but he doesn't, so Reciprocal Aid is recommended to help him easily get into Desperation range or to restore his health. Iceberg is a good special for him, so it's okay to keep for a budget set. If you want to secure more one-round KOs, then Moonbow is a better option. 76 wins and 5 losses with Iceberg and 86 wins, 5 losses with Moonbow. Fairly cheap build, total SP is 1275. Like I said before, when you are training up Lloyd, don't level up Pass, save yourself some grinding and SP. This is the second and last build for Lloyd. He's really efficient at tanking magical damage, so this set is purely focused on taking down those pesky mages. In order for him to retaliate versus mages, he's going to need distant counter. When tanking a red or green mage, Lloyd will most likely double attack back and kill the initiator. That will also ready his special Iceberg for his next target. With the Iceberg activation readied, he has a high chance of 1-round KOing, so realistically he could take out 2 enemies quite easily. You might ask, how does he do versus melees or physical range enemies? Well, he doesn't 1-round KO too many melees, but he can definitely take them out in 2 rounds. That's when Vantage really comes in handy. Use Lloyd to initiate on a melee, archer, or dagger wielder to drop them down to low HP, and Vantage will take care of them on the following enemy phase. This build is going to require a Hector for that distant counter. Actually costs less than the budget build SP wise, but will cost more in feathers. 1200 total SP. So the real question is, should you promote him to 5 stars? I say he's not near the top of the priority list. There's so many better red units to use than Lloyd, but that's just my opinion. All in all, a decent unit, but will require some skill inheritance. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.